Hallo miteinander, I'm Gesh86 and this is Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters. This time we're going through the Underworld Fortress, one of 3 fortresses in the game. Now I'd say these areas are the main meat of the game. Why is that? They are made out like mazes instead of the other levels that just go in one direction. You have to make your way through the dungeon and find the boss at the end. Now, navigating through that may not be easy, but you have some special dungeon-specific items to help you. First one is right here, the map. Now that alone doesn't tell you much, it just tells you that the map for this dungeon is very small. But you don't know where you are, you don't know where you've been, and you don't know where to go. Hopefully we'll find some aid for these questions. Anyway, I really like the dungeons in this game, even more than the regular stages. There are also dungeon-specific enemies here, of course, like these icky slimes. Every Japanese schoolgirl's worst nightmare, if you ask me. Luckily, we're not one of those. And we also have these guys with very prominent teeth. More to those later. First, pick up the pencil, and now, with this item, we know where we've been before. In addition to the map, that helps a lot. Now, as going on about these guys, they're kind of out of place, these guys with the teeth. They look more like aliens than mythical creatures. Oh no, Angel Land is being invaded. You know, just give Kid Icarus, Pit, a lightsaber and you could call him the Star Wars Kid. Oh, and I also like these guys here, the floating fuzzballs. They are pretty much like the bats from the previous levels. They're so cheeky, look at them. Well, now you can't really look at them anymore, but they just stick out their tongue. So cheeky, so very cheeky. But you know, it's kind of adorable if you ask me, so no hard feelings from my side. We're gonna have to kill them anyway, though. Now we just picked up the torch. It shows us the room where we are exactly. And with these 3 items, we are set to go. You can also buy them, if you can't find them, in dungeon-specific shops. We should be getting to one soon. Of course, they're really expensive though, so try to avoid doing that. We're once again at full health, so we can use our trusted fireballs. Here's one of those shops. You can actually swap through the selection with by pressing down and ducking. It helps. It's better than just waiting for the text. You've got to watch out though, these dungeon-specific shops have really high prices. So mean. Oh, and these guys. You know who these are? They are actually really infamous. They're the Eggplant Wizards of Kid Icarus. Now, if they hit you with their shots, they don't actually do any damage at all. Instead, they turn you into a walking eggplant. Which is very embarrassing and very annoying. You can't use your bow anymore if you're turned into a vegetable. You can only attack with the hammer, and to lift that curse, you must find a hospital room in the dungeon. There's one nearby. And now here's a spot where you may easily be turned into one of those eggplants. You might actually know these Eggplant Wizards from that old cartoon show from the late 80s, Captain N. Pit was also in that one, wasn't he? You know, it was kind of a stupid show, but everyone liked it anyway because it was Nintendo on TV. Wow. Oh well, there's something good in everything. We're very close to the end of this dungeon. Only a few more steps to go, a few more enemies to kill. These slimes are only really annoying if they can get away from this pyramid that they're on and get to the upper wall, like right here. We've just entered one of those hospital rooms that I told you about. Now, since we're not an eggplant, nothing happens in it. But yeah, that's where we have to go if we were cursed. Eggplant Wizard really is one of the most annoying enemies in this game. But you kind of learn with time how that guy works, and then he's no problem. Whoa, this room looks ominous. You have these skull pillars, you also have this really suspicious floor, and some statues for health. What could this mean? It means, of course, that the boss is nearby. In fact, he's right through the door on the right. There he is. It is the Minotaur. Very first boss in this game. And you know, I kind of don't like him. I really don't like him because of the way he works. He's the kind of boss that teleports around. And very often he's on one of those upper platforms. If he is on one of those platforms, I'd suggest you not go after him. Play this fight really safe. If you don't see him, he's on the very top one. Best thing to do is to swiftly slip under these waves that he fires out. It does require a lot of timing though. So random that he turns into this huge fireball. Who ever heard of a Minotaur who transforms into fire? But anyway, I remember that I had a lot of trouble as a kid with this guy. I was really young and not skilled at these kind of games, because I really wasn't used to these fancy RPG elements. Talking like an old guy. Yeah, but I really didn't know that for this game, grinding and for hearts and experience is a bit necessary. So, at my very first tries against this dude, I was kind of underpowered and underleveled. You could say that at that point in time, he utterly destroyed me. Badumpshk. I'm not sure if you can see it, but the shots that he fires out are actually tiny skulls. You know, I died to this guy so many times in the past, they're probably my skulls. Not even kidding. The reason why I don't like this fight, I think I've been going on about with that, is that he seems longer than necessary. And even though I'm criticizing this boss, it only means that what's to come is better, so always look on the bright side of life. You can really get a lot of shots in when he's on the lowest level. Otherwise, as I've said, really don't risk a lot of fancy things. And he's gone. And he drops a box. What's in this box? We don't know. We can't open it yet. But that was it this time for Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters. I'm Gesh86, and next time we'll go to the overworld. Bis bald!